What's going on, everyone? My name is Aaron, as you can see from the title of both, these are 3 top Hercules decks to use on day 1 from all different types of ranging from just a Series 2 deck all the way up to quite a fun movement deck. But guys, if you are new to the channel, please click that subscribe button, please leave a like, leave a comment, and yeah, let's get into a quick deck breakdown for each of these decks so you can get pretty much a head start or get a good idea of what decks to use with Hercules. So starting off with this deck, with the deck you see on your screen, this is a Series 2 deck coming in from Safety Blade that I found in my old Snap Zone. So the reason why this one was made is because if you're just getting into the game and you haven't unlocked like every card, there's a lot of Series 2 cards in this deck, which should make it more accessible for you to actually use if you're wanting to get Hercules, if you're really into your movement type decks. So what we're trying to do here is we're trying to forge like the multiple man into a Hulkbuster, and then we've got like a 10 cost card, and then if we have like Cloak, we can move it. If we use Doctor Strange, we can move it, and then we're going to have multiple copies of like a card that's got at least 10 power. The same with like having Hercules. If you're moving it into Hercules, then it's going to create a 1 copy, and then that's going to get moved and then create another copy. So it's just such a good boost for these types of decks, especially like if you wanted to move it into Storm, or if you wanted to lock off a lane with Storm, and then you can use Heimdall with all the multiple copies you have, moving them forward, then moving them back, so you're not losing any power, you're just building it. And if you have KRAVEN down, and KRAVEN's going to keep getting boosted, and Enchantress is just in this deck, I guess, just as like an opposition, just to try and, you know, shut down any like of your opponent's cards that could have ongoing effects. You know, they might have Tribunal, they might have different types of things. But yeah, I think this is a really solid card, really good build, and I think that Hercules would be a good addition for it, for that line. Because otherwise, besides that line, you're going to be moving cards in to, you know, try KRAVEN. Doctor Strange can be pulling cards such as Vulture. Iron Fist can be hitting those cards in different places as well. So all of these things combined together should make out for a really good deck. Into the next one, which is coming from Glazer, coming in from the Snap Judgments podcast. Right, and I saw this deck, right, and I thought, oh, this one looks to be a little bit, you know, just a little bit spicy. Thought out the box with this one, really brought it together with his Ingenious, and I think this is going to be a really fun deck, definitely one that I'd be using. So it's like the premise for this deck is you're going to, you know, if you can have Hercules down, that's what you want him, because you're going to try and like get Human Torch destroyed by Carnage or Venom being brought. So you're going to have Human Torch get destroyed by Carnage or Venom, and this could also work for multiple man, but let's do Human Torch first, like I said. Destroy by them, bring back by Phoenix, which means it's 7 power, and then when it moves, it'll go to 14 power. And if you have Hercules, up, you're going to move into him, get like, let's say you get 28 power, and he's going to move you, and then you're already getting 56. You're getting so much power. I mean, and the same premise would work for multiple man. You know, destroy, merge with Phoenix Force, that's 8 power. Every time you move it, it's going up, so it goes up 16. And then if you move it into Hercules again, it can then go up. It will then create a copy. You move it again, create another copy, and you're just spreading power across the board. And then you have Kyra in this deck, which is there to like kind of protect low and Tribunal. Because with getting all this power on the board, you're going to try and spread the power. Like I said, Venom and Carnage are here, so you have 2 options to destroy. Doctor Strange is there, it's just another tech card to like be dragging your cards just to give him more power. The same with Ghost Spider. Nico Minoru, I mean, it's just a solid card in a lot of decks, to be honest, especially where you can, after you play your next card, move it 1 location to the right, and you can give it more power. Like if you get this down into Human Torch or multiple man. And yeah, I think this is a really solid deck, and Magic is just there so you can get all of your cards down, and having all of your cards down by like turn 7 gives you the best chance of getting Lower Tribunal down, just so that you can in fact have the most amount of power to spread across the board. You don't want to be finishing on round 6, then you don't have enough down, and you really would have needed that extra turn. So yeah, I think this is a really fun, solid deck to use. And I'm quite excited actually. I feel like having like Hercules in this deck is just going to be like a really good addition. But each of these cards make this deck work perfectly. So yeah, definitely be trying this one out. Moving into this final deck, this is just a little deck that I already had brewing when I saw Hercules coming out. So the premise for this deck is, let's get this Venomized variant of Dagger in, is you wanting to get Human Torch or multiple mana, and just keep using them. Just keep using them and merge it. Well, I say keep using them. You want to merge them with Hulkbuster and then start to, you know, get them moved. And everyone in this deck, they work together perfectly. So you have, for this instance, Miles Morales. You can cause cost 1 with all the movement. Spider-Man, if you can get him moving, it will destroy an enemy card. So it's like with that Heimdall final play, moving Spider-Man. If you have multiple man merge, it's going to be creating power. Same with getting Vulture moved. The same with getting Dagger just drawn into those locations, getting all those +2s. If it's a full lane of 8, Dagger's going to get to a full lane of 4, Dagger's going to get to 10, and then you can even go Spider Dagger to then get it even more power. The same with Iron Fist. You just have these other cards that you can use to move your cards, and with the fact of having Hercules, you're moving it into him, which can already be giving you power. And then you can then move them out, and it's like I was saying, the combo, if you could have the combo of Human Torch and multiple man into Hercules, then it would be working. It would just be working really well. I'm really excited to see how this is going to work and seeing if it is really good. It's one of the cards that I'm on the edge of if I'm getting. It's one of those where I could miss it because I don't play that much move, but if you play move, I would definitely recommend it, just because it's going to be I mean, it's going to be really good if you can like capitalize at him. I'm sure Lambie's going to be throwing him into his like bounce move decks, and that'll be a really good one to look out for. So if you're not already following Lambie on Twitter, go and check him out. But yeah, I'll leave the link in the description to all of these decks. And guys, if you are new to the channel, please click the subscribe button, please leave a like, leave a comment, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.